Listening. It's what relationships are built on. When we listen, we learn how to best help the people around us. Winton Woods Schools is evidence to the power of listening with real people-driven change. It's a transformation enabled by a project-based learning approach, and its students and communities are thriving like never before.
Project-based learning really encourages kids to be whatever they want to be, but not just in words, but in action.
We bought in a long time ago that if you change your pedagogy, culture goes hand in hand. For us to create opportunities where teachers can get together in smaller groups and really learn from each other, learn about each other, start talking to the heart, things change. Things truly change.
You know, the poverty level here is very different. Kids struggle, families struggle, but you don't have to go to school and struggle.
To bring to life project-based learning, the total rethinking of the school facilities for the entire district was essential.
The building and our pedagogy allows me to truly serve our students of our community.
Encourages you to collaborate.
Without this building, it's harder to do some of the things that we want to do.
We've changed that narrative now, where it's our space, it's our learning opportunity, and we are allowing them the opportunity to be able to work in groups, in spaces that are meant for groups.
But when you really think outside the box, which is what we want kids to do through project-based learning, we want our teachers to do the same thing. The idea of me not only having one space that I can use, but I can actually use 6 or 7 different spaces depending on where I am in my project. That's pretty impressive.
It's encouraged me to think outside the box, to be able to see something the way it is, but also be able to change that something so that I can better every single population of student that I serve.
In a project-based learning methodology, you have to have students collaborating with one another, collaborating with their teacher, and then also being able to share out their project results with the larger community. So we really needed a multitude of spaces that could function very flexibly to meet all of the students' needs.
The kids said, "This building looks like you trust us."
The biggest and most delightful surprise of this project was the inspiration and insights that came from the youngest voices.
The kids' voice was extremely important, and the kids talked often about what would it feel like to have a building that supported the way we learn.
So they were willing to trust their kids to learn in a way that no one else has done, to learn in environments that no one else has created, to trust them to do it with agency, with responsibility, and with respect for each other, and with respect for themselves and their own futures.
Project-based learning is all about having real-world hands-on experiences. And Winton Woods realized that being able to design a facility and to engage with their community and with architects was the perfect problem to give their students to solve.
We wanted to be supported, not only by our teachers and our staff, but also by each other and our environment. And when there's an issue in your environment, it's glaringly obvious. When there's not an issue in your environment, you don't even notice. It just flows so easily.
We weren't going to do it the way we'd always done it. That the kids needed something different and something better. And that if we had, as adults, had to do things differently, then we would find a way to do them different, as long as it was in support of what the kids needed.
How we found the solutions to our problems was through using our process at the school. So that's how we did it. Yeah.
Students had been empowered to have an opinion and to value their opinion. And when they were challenged, they were willing to push back. And some of the more radical ideas that they brought to the table, not having a cafeteria, having a teacher co-work space, these were ideas that came straight from the kids.
So the students helped us understand that they needed a broad spectrum of environments, Project-based learning is a very broad approach, and they needed spaces that support that. We created those spaces for hands-on work, spaces for collaboration, spaces for direct instruction, spaces for presentation. And those we were able to create thanks to what these kids brought to the table. The key is the spectrum of spaces that make up the small learning communities. These building blocks create settings specifically designed for the whole breadth of project-based learning, from direct instruction to interdisciplinary to hands-on, and all anchored by a collaboration zone. Students don't just see the learning they're directly engaged in at the moment, but they see the learning happening all around them. It changes the way you feel, the way you interact with each other, and it changes how we learn.
Now, teachers don't have a single classroom. They have many. Now, students eat and learn, often at the same time. Now, learning happens in school and out. Now, doing your schoolwork also means sharing it. Now, diversity isn't just a concept, it's a key to our culture. The power of small learning communities includes their equitable distribution across all grade levels on both campuses. This need for a consistent academic journey from elementary school to high school informed the design of the two campuses. They feel connected, yet remain functionally different, all while providing familiar environments for those attending either school. The South Campus serves the elementary students with a more inward focus. The learning communities are arranged around a spacious courtyard where students learn, play, and socialize in a secure outdoor space. The North Campus serves the upper grade levels with a presence that embraces the community. These students feel more integrated with their immediate campus and the surrounding businesses. Both campuses exemplify progress for the communities and people they serve.
It's sort of like a little swagger going on for our young people, and rightfully so. You know, I would put my students up against any students in the country, and our students for the longest have deserved a space like this. So now our kids come through the door, they expect it to be top-notch. They take pride in their space. And I think one of the most beautiful things to see, when other schools come visit, you should see our students. Their chest is out, they're proud of where they go to school. So it's pretty powerful.
I like how our campus is like more of a collegiate setting instead of a high school setting, getting you ready for the next level. I love learning outside. The collab space outside is beautiful. I had a class out here last year. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun.
This school is made for collaboration because it's a whole zone for collaboration.
No matter what I feel outside the school, walking in, I can't help but smile. Seeing the colors, how big it is, the lights, and walking past the courtyard, it just gives me something to smile about, and I just can't help to smile with seeing people through the glass.
When I stop progressing in this building is the day that I need to go ahead and go somewhere else. I need to leave, but I truly don't think that day is ever going to happen because there is so much opportunity that's offered.
The one thing that these buildings do really well is demonstrate that level of respect that the district and the community has for the students that attend it.
Being a graduate of Winton Woods and having the opportunity to give back to this community that gave so much to me, and to really begin to equip in some small way their kids for a future that they will have to write. It was really a thrill and frankly a blessing to me to be a part of it.
Feeling heard. It's proof that someone is listening, that your voice matters. And listening offers us the chance to dream big, dreams that turn out better than we could ever imagine. SHP, simply helping people.